Movie reviews. Parasite is the latest movie from director Bong Joon-ho. Now, he has so many amazing films, a lot that are Korean. Probably the most notable one that American audience will recognize is Snowpiercer. One of my favorite movies of all time. You can actually watch it right now on Netflix, which I would highly recommend. So, to say the least, I was very excited when I saw that Parasite was coming to theater. This movie started off with a very limited release, very hard to find, but now it looks like it's being released wide, and you can see it in almost every major city, and you need to see this movie. Plotline from IMDb reads, all unemployed, Kai-taek's family takes peculiar interest in the wealthy and glamorous parks for their livelihood, until they get entangled in an unexpected incident. So I cannot even talk about the incident without spoiling the movie. So we're going to do everything before the incident and then just kind of talk about the overall themes in this movie, because this movie touches on a lot of subjects, mostly concerning the idea of wealth versus poverty. You have Kai-taek's family, who is living in very extreme poverty in South Korea. It's really tragic to watch. And then you have the Park family, who has like more than enough. And the way that these two families interact with each other is completely fascinating. And then the whole movie wraps its idea around this theme. Bong Joon-ho does a fantastic job of exploring this idea, not only through the dialogue and the amazing acting that's being done in this movie, but also through a lot of the camera shots and the blocking, specifically the characters' movements. You can get a whole story from just watching the visuals of this. My fear with this movie is because it's a Korean film, not a lot of American audiences are going to watch it. And that's just tragic, because while the whole movie exists through subtitles, it's still worth a watch. And a lot of the ideas, the emotion, it's perfectly conveyed through their acting. Every single cast member does an amazing job selling their part, and it makes you feel like you are just engaged within this world. All the set pieces in this movie are also fantastic, and they can tell a complete story just by existing within this movie. You have Kai-taek's family's apartment, which is completely underground, feels claustrophobic. And then you have the Park's mansion, which is open and beautiful, and just seeing how the two kind of play off each other, it really makes you understand this world where the wealthy and the people living in poverty have trouble coexisting. I will say, as someone who had to rely on the subtitles for the entire movie, a lot of the humor kind of went over my head, and I think it would have landed better if I understood the context of maybe South Korean culture. Like, there were moments in the movie where I knew this was a joke, I just didn't have the complete context for what made this funny. Nevertheless, this movie was still funny for me in a lot of different ways. The characters did a great job delivering their lines, and there were a lot of moments that broke the tension, because let me tell you, there's a lot of tension with humor, and it was just enjoyable and delightful to watch. But outside of the humor, outside of the overall narrative of wealth and poverty, this movie is dark, and it is a thriller through and through. Again, what makes it a thriller, I cannot say. You just need to watch this movie, and believe me when I say you're going to be on the edge of your seat. This movie does a fantastic job of taking these like little moments and making them completely tense, and just taking these other gigantic moments and making them so believable. This movie has a lot of twists and turns, and you are going to want to see every second. So Parasite, I absolutely loved this movie. One of my favorites of the year. My scorecard, I'm going to give it a 93 out of 100. Big score. Huge score. Will be on my top 10 of the end of the year. I guarantee it. If you follow me on Letterboxd, again, you really should. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. It's a great movie. So Parasite, have you seen it? What did you think? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you next time.